From the cast of John Wick and The Wire, to his loved ones, friends, and fans, everyone is devastated by the passing of Lance Reddick. Lance passed away at the age of 60 from natural causes, leaving behind a loving family and an accomplished career to be proud of. His John Wick castmate Keanu Reeves and director Chad Stahelski released a statement to Variety, expressing their deep sadness and heartbreak at the loss of their friend and colleague. They described Lance as a professional and a joy to work with. The actor and musician played the iconic role of Continental Hotel concierge Sharon in all the John Wick films, including the upcoming fourth installment, set for release on March 24th. Lance's contribution to the franchise is immeasurable, and his absence will surely be felt by his fellow cast and crew. Keanu and Chad dedicated the film to him as a beautiful tribute to his memory. Stephanie Reddick, Lance's wife, also thanked all of his fans for the overwhelming support they gave. In a statement posted on Reddick's Twitter account, Stephanie thanked everyone for their outpouring of love and sympathy. She expressed her gratitude and said that he was taken far too soon. The production company behind John Wick, Lionsgate, expressed their condolences, stating that they were stunned and heartbroken. They went on to add that their deepest sympathies go out to Reddick's beloved family and fans all around the world. Others in the industry had similar things to say. Michael Connelly, author and executive producer of Amazon's police drama Bosch, shared his sorrow in a heartfelt Facebook post. He described Reddick as a wonderful person, friend, and collaborator. Connelly went on to say that Lance took the character of Irving, that was paper-thin in the books, and made him multidimensional, Machiavellian, intriguing, and even sympathetic. The author said he loved working with him and getting to know him. He ended his post by stating that Lance was taken from us too soon, a sentiment that many across the industry have shared. Ben Stiller in particular had a personal connection with Reddick, who starred in one of his mother's plays. Stiller wrote that he was a beautiful and compelling actor, as well as a beautiful person. The veteran actor shared that Reddick was exquisite in his portrayal of Raziel, the waiter/angel of death, in his mother's play, Afterplay. Ending his post on a positive note, Stiller said that Reddick's legacy will live on. Delaney Williams, who worked with Reddick on The Wire, expressed his shock and devastation upon hearing the news. Williams took to social media to express his grief and regret over the loss of his brother. He ended his post by saying that he would take back the nickname he gave Reddick. Terry Kinney, who had worked with Reddick in the past, expressed his deep sadness over the loss of his friend. Kinney described Reddick as a fine man, and added that he'd never met anyone like him. Jake Fogelnest, who worked with him on Corporate, shared his deep sadness at the news of his passing. Fogelnest described him as an incredibly joyful human being and an incredible actor. He went on to say that working with him was a masterclass. He extended his deepest sympathies to Reddick's family and to everyone who had been touched by his presence. In addition to his role in John Wick, Lance Reddick was a talented actor who graced both the big and small screens. He was known for his roles in hit shows like The Wire, Oz, Lost, Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, American Horror Story, and Bosch. He was also set to star in Disney Plus's upcoming Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, which will premiere in 2024. Lance Reddick wasn't only a talented actor, but also a wonderful human being. He was a kind-hearted soul who exuded grace and class in everything he did. He was a true friend, a loving husband, and a devoted father. It's never easy to say goodbye to someone we love, especially when they leave us far too soon. But we can take comfort in knowing that he made his mark in the world, and that his legacy will live on through his work and the memories he left behind. Like his colleagues in John Wick, pretty much the entire team behind The Wire sent out their condolences. David Simon, the creator and showrunner of The Wire, took to Twitter to express his grief over his passing. He called him a consummate professional, devoted collaborator, lovely and gentle man, loyal friend. I mean, can we just take a moment to appreciate the fact that David Simon used the phrase consummate professional in his tribute? That's some serious praise right there. Simon also said that he could go on and on about him, but that the loss was too gut-wrenching to bear. HBO also released a statement about Reddick's passing, saying that he'd been part of the HBO family for over 20 years, and he was held in the highest regard by everyone who knew and worked with him. They added that they were proud to be part of his legacy and that he would be dearly missed. It's clear that he made a significant impact on the network and the people he worked with. Deirdre Lovejoy, who played Rhonda Perlman on The Wire, shared a touching tribute to the actor on Instagram. She said that he was grace, elegance, and kindness personified, and that he was wildly talented and quietly passionate. She also called him a gentleman and said that she treasured their years working together on the show. It's clear that he was beloved by his castmates and that his loss is hitting them hard. Jim Trufrost, who played General Roland Prize-Belevsky on The Wire, also shared his thoughts on his passing on Facebook. He said that Reddick was going home and that the cast and crew of The Wire were better off because he was there. He added that they would never forget him. Chad L. Coleman, who played Dennis Cuddy Wise on the show, also shared a tribute to the late actor on Instagram. He called him talented, thoughtful, and kind, and said that his smile and grace would endure. Coleman added that they'd lost another real one, and that his spirit would live on forever. Isaiah Whitlock Jr., who played corrupt Maryland Senator Clay Davis on The Wire, shared his shock and sadness over his passing on Twitter. He said that the late actor was his friend, and that he would be missed. And finally, Wendell Pierce, who played William Bunk Moreland on The Wire, shared his tribute to him on Twitter as well. He called him the epitome of class, and said that he was a man of great strength and grace. Pierce added that Reddick was just as talented a musician as he was an actor, and that his passing was a sudden, unexpected, and painful loss for their artistic family. Lance Reddick was one of those actors who always seemed to nail every role he took on. From playing the stoic but complex Cedric Daniels on The Wire, to the scheming and ambitious police chief Irvin Irving on Bosch, Reddick was a force to be reckoned with on screen. His performances were always nuanced and layered, bringing a depth to his characters that few actors can match. And while he may not have been a household name, he was certainly a respected and admired figure in Hollywood. Looking back at his career, it's clear that he was one of the most talented actors of his generation. He had a way of disappearing into his roles, becoming the character in a way that few actors can. So whether he was playing a police officer, a corporate executive, or a villain, he always brought a sense of gravitas and intensity to his performances. He had a commanding presence on screen, and he could convey a wide range of emotions without ever overdoing it. But it wasn't just his acting that made him stand out. He was also a genuinely kind and thoughtful person, someone who was respected and admired by his colleagues and fans alike. There's no doubt that there will always be a hole in Hollywood where Reddick once stood. His passing is a tragic loss for the industry and for anyone who loved his work. But we can take comfort in the fact that his legacy will live on through his performances, which will continue to inspire and entertain audiences for years to come. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. You will be missed. And that was Keanu Reeves' reaction to Lance Reddick's death.